Hello and welcome to our astrological vibrations for Saturday, October 7th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is the revelation is the importance of the dance of shadow and light. It's something that I talk about often, but I just got like kind of another download of this last night there are people in the world who are really focused on digging in and getting into the shadows. And that is important. It's important to be willing to go there. It's important to show up for the diamonds that those shadows contain. And there are people in the world who are so focused on the light. And that's important too, because we need the light to keep lifting us up, to keep reminding us who we are. But the truest thing is when they're intermixed, and when we give the time to the shadows, and when we give the time to the light, that's when we're in our best balance. That's when we get into our highest selves, because we're not avoiding anything, and it's real. And it's like it's part of the balance of being on this planet. And part of this balance today, part of this revelation energy, is the balance between action and non-action. And I will just show you a card. I have the laziness card today. And this laziness card is like, your journey's not done yet. There is work to be done. There is work to be done for sure. I have it sitting hand in hand with the rebirth card. Layers and layers. There's always layers of this rebirth coming through. But the overall feeling of the day may be one of kind of laziness, kind of chillness. We have the moon in Taurus. Moon in Taurus, sun in Libra, and both of these energies are focusing on Venusian energy, Venus energy, the energy of pleasure, the energy of beauty. Taurus moon, Nikki says this, and I say this too. I see this with Tauruses. With Taurus energy, there's either two modes. It's like the bull has its eye on the target and is going for the target, or the bull is in the pasture being like, ooh, I'm going to hang out in the pasture, like I'm just going to eat the grass. I actually kind of hope that you spend some time eating the grass, eating the grass in the pasture this weekend. Really focusing on nourishing yourself, being good to yourself, focusing on the pleasures, focusing on the beauty. We are down to the last 3 days of Jupiter in Libra, 29 degrees. This is a really big time for us to get in touch with our worth. And I feel that that is actually what is behind this rebirth energy, is the knowing of our worth, the balance of this, the balance of self-love, the balance of showing up in your life, in your physical landscape, in the way that you need to show up for you, in the way that you, as a physical and spiritual being, need to show up. So this moon in Taurus is like, take it easy. Listen to your body. If you need to be a lazy cat, be a lazy cat. And the first aspect of the day is my lazy cat aspect. Anytime I feel like Pisces and Taurus combine, I do feel like it can be like so daydreamy, so amazingly creative, but I always get a picture of like a lazy cat. And to be fair, cats aren't lazy. When they're sitting there like meditating, they're totally like shifting the vibrations of everything. That's what you have to keep in mind with this energy. The moon connects to Neptune in the morning. Moon in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces. So you may not feel like getting out of bed, but while you're not getting out of bed, there is work going on. There is work going on. There is rebirth energy going on. And this is part of a still wide yad that's going on, focusing in on the sun in Libra, knowing our divine balance, the shadows and the light, finding whatever our balance is when it comes to our self-love energy. So really take heed, go in, dip in, and see how is it that you need to show up. The other strong aspect of the day is the moon trine Pluto. Pluto is that energy of transformation, rebirth, ultimately empowerment. Now, I think one of the most important cards that I have is the comparison card in this. You may see others who are out there, out and about, and they're like, here's my checklist, and I'm getting all the things done because this is what we do. We are weekend warriors and do all the things on the weekend. And you're like, I want a lazy cat. Honor that because there is process going on. Honor whatever it is to you that's going to show up for self-love. A lot of those people, the weekend warriors, they're fueled by energy drinks and coffee. Be fueled by your self-love. Be motivated and moved by your personal self-love. And let that get you. And this is part of the shadow and the light energy. The shadow energy. It also can be that energy that goes within and is willing to be quiet. Take it easy. You earned it. There's a grand trine in Earth. That grand trine in Earth energy, you know, it could be full of shoulds and like all these things that we want to get done in the physical, but I really do feel like, I feel so strongly. Okay, here's another metaphor. Fruit sits on the tree. It does nothing, but it is working. It is working very hard. I feel like that is another metaphor for what's going on. It's preparing us for whatever this step, these next steps are going to be. Jupiter moving into Scorpio. That is going to definitely be an adventure, for sure. So take it easy. Don't compare yourself. Know your worth. The other thing that I want to mention in and of this, and this may be some of the major work that you have to do, is we have the Sun conjunct Mercury coming on Sunday. But as they get closer, and being that today is a Mercury ruled day, the monkey mind is going to be a chit-chattering. And it may be a chit-chattering about your worth. You know, oh, you're a lazy bum, you're not doing anything, or, you know, whatever your self-talk is. Be very vigilant about that and keep steering the monkey into the format of self-love. Be kind to yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. And I'm finishing with the most perfect card from Soulful Woman, and it is True Worth. My true worth is intrinsic and shines from my inner being like a sacred jewel of love and compassion. And I love, you know, I love some of the things in here. It says, as I hold my hand over my heart, I'm reminded of the essence of my true worth. I know my worth is not dependent on who I think I am, who I think I should be, what I do or don't have. And it's not dependent on what others think of me or what others are doing with their lives. It is unaffected by the ups and downs of everyday life. It's beyond success or failure. My worth simply is. It is an essential part of my being that I was born with. It is my inner light and my life force. No one else can define my worth. My worth is beyond measure, eminent, beyond question, beyond doubt. And if there is an old belief inside of me that says I am unworthy, I release it now and let it go. This is the work this weekend. Get this foundation into place. These last few days of Jupiter in Libra before Scorpio. This is a very important foundation because Jupiter and Scorpio will be highlighting the shadows. And, you know, the light's highlighted too as well with Jupiter and Scorpio, but we are so trained to see what's wrong before we see what's right, and that's why we're getting right in ourselves now, right in this foundation now, so that we're ready for that energy. Anyways, that is it for today. Book a reading. I have my changes reading out there, which will guide us through all of the changes coming up in this next year. I have other readings available, and let me know if you're interested in astro class, because I am beginning to figure out how exactly I'm going to do that. This is how I figure out how I'm going to do that. All right, have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.